Awesome, hello. So on the previous video, I designed a full turnaround of the head of one of the three heads of the Chihuahua. And you'll be like, three heads of the Chihuahua? What are you talking about? I'm making a short film about a giant three-headed mutant Chihuahua that is defending a punk city that is under the attack of a giant air fryer invasion. That's the idea. Tecito. And now, what I'm doing right now is redesigning the three-headed mutant chihuahua because I didn't like it. It was awful. The design was super organic compared to the super flat type of design that I'm working for this project. So let's continue with the rotation of the other heads. So I have these three heads of the chihuahua here, black. And what I'm doing right now, look, you see that rotation? I have to do the same for the other characters. So let's move forward with that. Amazing. So I am starting with the three-quarter view of this dude, and this is something that I carry through the designs of these dudes, and it's like these corners of this head are like rounded. These ones are a little bit sharp, and here's a little bit flat. And the contrast that I'm trying to create with this one is in the shape of those on those heads. And here is like an S curve with almost a straight line on the other side. And the challenge on this is trying to rotate those forms around. But to be honest, sometimes I can cheat things around. Like for example, if this is the head, let me just draw this. I don't have to overcomplicate this. And the idea of designing these head rotations is is to have a super clear design in order to rig this later in Toon Boom. So I design the characters and then I rig the characters and then I proceed with the animation. So I have to make sure the designs are working and is rotating properly before starting the rigging process. And I'm revisiting these designs and just applying some changes that I wanted to apply. So for example, here on the eyes, I think for this dude compared to the other ones, this dude can have the eyes a little bit more rounded, and this dude, the eyes could be like a little bit more like ovals. See? The eyes of this dude could be like ovals, so this dude looks like a psycho. Now here I'm overcomplicating the geometry of this part of the mouth, so I'm one line in this with one line. There you go, and then I'm making this straight line here and the nose that comes like this. All of these two little individual tooth here uh looks almost the same. So I'll bring more asymmetry to these designs. So I'll make this tooth longer, maybe something like this, maybe something like smaller here, a little bit bigger here, and I can put one closer to this one. Yeah, something like that. I'm trying to avoid repeating the same pattern that I did here. In terms of this part of the hair, figuring out if I can in some way put all of this part of the hair in one single shape like this, and then I can break this shape and have all of these parts of the hair sharing the same shape. So let's make this with red. So what if I do something like this, and within this shape I break this with something like this, and then I leave this one individual over there, and then I'll have something like this. So I'm trying to find those patterns because when I move to the animation presses, I can grab those big shapes and animate those. And as a consequence, as animating those bigger shapes, I'm able to animate each piece individually. It's like a good way to just have track everything, all the shapes that I'm animating later on the animation process. So another thing that I'm going to add on these characters are some piercings. And the idea of this universe that I'm building for this short film is that they belong in from these they come from this super punk city. So book. I can make the ear maybe a little bit more sharp. Yep, something like that. And instead of putting again like this line towards the middle, I am pushing that line a little bit up because this is too centered. Yeah, this is too centered. I can push this line up, something like this. And I will add some piercings. So the piercings that I'll add here will be something like this. Okay, I can put all of this on a shape maybe. No, the thing is like this will look like the air fryer if this is, so I can put two ovals. Yep, two ovals will work. And the other ear to create more contrast and to like to showcase that this dude is like a little bit of a psycho and kind of I don't know, a little bit violent. I can create another shape here and I can break this shape like this. Oop. And then I'll have like this ear that is like broken or oof, looks like Pikachu. No. Um, Something like this. Let me see. Pack, pack, pack. Let's take this out of this. Nah. A little bit more like this. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Let's grab this dude and put it over here. Yep, nice. Maybe what if I add four eyes? No, too much. Too much. I like this line that I'm adding here below these eyes. And I am getting rid of the pupils of these characters. Let me just change the music. Also, I'm listening to more of a peaceful music right now because I need to work faster. I need to concentrate. So, because there's a lot to do yet. Okay, there you go. So let's grab this dude. Let's grab this dude and let's rotate this dude. So color card. Look. Awesome. Let's go. And thumb head. So let's do the side view. I'm going to copy and paste the head. So to keep things simple, when I rotate this character, the head will stay in the same place. So the thing that I'm doing is moving all of these features towards that side. So boop. I can cheat some things here just to create a better silhouette. Boop. And then I can erase these things around. Awesome. Yeah, I want this to look like kind of a zombie. I'm not in love with these ears, but it's working. Boop. Wait. Wait. I already problem solved this issue with the ears. But yeah, I'll problem solve that later. So boop. So I'll move this back. This ear, I don't like it. It's not working. Copy and pasting this. The thing is, like, I'm not wasting time if I don't know like how something turns in perspective or whatever. I'm not getting lost in that part. I'm just moving forward, and I will find all the answers during the process. Ah, la fuck! Wait, okay, there you go. Back, and I move this forward, and then I can just copy, paste, reset this position of this dude. Back, back, back. Now we're having this lower part of the mouth going like that. Like getting rid of this, getting rid of these lines. Awesome. Then we're going to the three-quarter back. For the three-quarter back, I'm grabbing the same silhouette of the three-quarter and then just how will you say, reverse all the curve. For example, if that curve was towards this direction, here I just grab this same silhouette, get rid of this, and flip the other side. Now it's looking there. And I'm just moving pieces around here. This eye will be something like this. We're not seeing this hair. And then I will cheat things around here. So each pose looks appealing. I'm not trying to create a perfect rotation. I don't need to have a perfect rotation for this character. The only thing that I need is to have appealing poses and poses that actually work and are very well constructed that I can rig afterwards. I'm not looking to have a perfect rotation, so I'm just tweaking things. I'm just tweaking things around. Okay, there you go. Oh wait, this should be something like that. This I'll move something like here. Awesome, pack. Amazing. This is the normal ear. This looks like the Pikachu tail. I don't want to have like a Pikachu tail here, so I'll put like a normal one here. What if I move this thing after? Get out of here. Yeah, I don't like the ears. I'll fix those later. So the piercing ear now comes around here. Yeah, comes around there. And then we're having from here we're going to back view. So for the back view, we first need to design the front view of this dude. So for the front views of this dude, we will do something like this. Get rid of all of this. Duplicate. Oopsie. We're duplicating this eye here. There you go. We're moving this here. Wait. Now this nose. Let's track if this lower point should be here. Awesome. And in regards of the mouth, 3, and the teeth. Wait, first the mouth shape. I'll do something like this. And for the teeth, we can do something like this. And we can have these boys here that are like bigger. There you go. And on each side, something like this. Looks like a looks like an alien. I'm going to move all of these and cheat and move this a little bit up. Awesome. Now this part here, I also don't like how this looks, so I'm going to lower the opacity, and on top of this I will design again this shape. So I have medium, big, and you have the smaller shape. There you go, and then we flip and we move this thing. Now the ears, I don't like them, so I'll lower the opacity of this. No. Let me see how is the original design. Yeah, I like this one. It's a straight line here, and we have a curve here. This curve is going a bit towards pointing up. The angle is going up, And we're grabbing the same thing here from here to here. Bloop. And now I can have like a, without looking like Pikachu. Yeah, I like that M shape. Wait, that M shape. Awesome. Now let's rotate these ears again. These piercings a bit to the center. So let's grab the ears and start rotating. This one goes back. Awesome. Pop, pop, pop. Now I wonder if this rotates. Should this go that way? No, it makes sense it goes in that way, and this makes sense it goes in that way. That's the way. And they were having both overlapping each other here. Can make this a little bit bigger, and I can hide this behind this like this. And then I just delete these things in the middle. Back. Let's continue. This program closed, and it took me 24 hours to come back. Let's go. So we have this rotation. I lost all the rotation of the mouth open, so I'm going to redo that right now. Here I need the back view of this dude. So I just need to delete all of the things that are inside of here, and then just flip this to the other side, onion skin, and align this to the previous frame. Amazing. Now I need to take this, copy this to the other side, boop, onion skin, align. Then I need this, and boop, flip, onion skin, align. We're going in turbo mode right now because I want to get rid of this part. I have a lot to do. And black. Pumbaa. There you go. So we have the complete rotation there. Wait, frames per second, 8. There you go. Now, mouth open. We're duplicating this. This is mouth open. So I think I can copy this exact mouth from here to here. And here the nose is circular. Now that I remember from, wait, where is my marker number 2? The mouth, the 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 brush of this, the nose of this dude is circular. I just remember that. So let's come here. Let's update this nose. Awesome. Now let's rotate this dude and let's open the mouth of this dude. So I'll copy this tripwire thing here, paste it here, and just trace on top of the other of the mouth that I have here, because I'm going to use the same design for the lower part of the mouth, like the jaw, for all the other characters. In that way I can just read these once. I can copy and paste all of the system of all of the nodes of this part of the rig. Optimizing, cutting corners like crazy. So oopsie. There you go. Confidence in the line. That's it. Wait, over here? Yes. Now this dude moves like this. Yes. And now this will be something like this. This is the same trouble that I had last time, but we are finding out a solution, I promise. Come on. So this could be something like then carving here, So if I get rid of all of this, yes. Let's see. How does it look like? Like shit. So, uh, let me get rid of this dude. Let me put this like this. I don't like this crack, crack. Maybe I can just simplify this. Let's see how this. Yeah, I really like the exaggeration of this design here, this reference that I have here. So I can flatten this character just for the comedic vibes. Okay, let's do that. What if I turn this? Like that reference. Oh, nice. This is something I could. This idea I could explore. There you go. So my three-quarter pose here is like this. What if I change it now like this? I really like that reference. Wait. That looks a little bit dumb, but I'll consider that when when breaking the character. I'll even leave that eye like that in this pose. I want to make this more crazy. It is about that. For me, it's just about enjoying and having fun with this press. Oof. That's how much I can push this thing. Now, I'll go a little bit less. Something like this. And I know I can push this. Awesome. Awesome. Now let's go for a side view. Boop. Let's copy this dude from here to here. Let's take this and let's whoop, move up and try to track this arc of the tip of the nose. Boop, 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 boop. Then I'll grab all of this lower mouth and move towards the front of it like this. I don't need this line here. I don't need this line here. So I'm flipping. I'm always flipping just to see how these shapes move from frame to frame. So I can even make this a little bit up. Awesome. Yeah, this works. And I delete these overlapping lines here that I don't need so I can have a clean design. There you go. Now we need the three-quarter back view. This one. Paste here. Let me save. Because last time I didn't save. Back. And see, I don't know. I'll try to. I'll see because I have to edit this video because many things happen during the recording of this thing. You'll see how many times, if I put that video, I was looking for the correct mouth here, like how to design that mouth with this mouth open, and I couldn't find something that I like. And then next day I came back again to this project, and poop, the answer was there, waiting for me. It's just taking this with ease. There you go. Now this mouth. Now I'll copy the three-quarter because I need the same silhouette. You know what? This. Yep, something like this. Then I'll delete this and grab all of this and move a little bit towards the front. And this dude moves up. Yep. Something like this. Miko. There you go. Oh! It's baby Miko. There you go. Remember, if I say something random, it's because I'm listening to music. Back. No! I don't like that. Okay. I can trick this eye to something like this. Why is that I'm doing an open mouth version of this? No idea. Am I being lost in a random thought that happened inside of my mind and now I'm working on that for like one entire day almost? That will be actually crazy. Why is that I'm designing this open mouth? Well, whatever. Because I need to rig the open mouth. But I'm not using that pose at all. Yeah, I'm not using that pose at all because there you go. I'm not using this pose because I'm always breaking this thing. So the thing is like when I'm working with rigs, so every time that I do these character designs, I'm thinking ahead of how I'm going to rig this character. And when I'm rigging, I'm also thinking ahead like I need to make this rig very solid, like very well done, but I'm also aware that I'm never going to use those custom poses of the rig just like it is like on the turnaround. Because I'm always changing something or designing custom poses for every frame on my animation. Like it's super lazy just grabbing like the 3/4 pose of your turnaround and just moving something and animating from that. No. Okay, mouth opened and then we're going from side to 3/4 view. To 3/4 view. The ears, I flip the ears. Wait. There you go, solved. Then here, and then we're coming to this 3/4 view here. And then I get rid of the mouth and copy this other mouth here. And copy this paste here. No, bad idea. Let me download it. Lower the opacity of this and paste this on top. No, get out of here. Bad idea. 3/4 from here, come here now. Now I'll just flip the ears. Yep, I'll just flip the ears. I'll bring this here, and I'll bring this here. See? Beautiful. So now we have the saving like crazy right now. So we are having the rotation of these two heads. See? Looks funny when I turn the eye like that. It is working properly, like in the construction of this dude in the head. No, but I don't care. I will exaggerate and push this design with this idea here. Also, okay, here I need to paste the front view. This one. Keep rotating. And of course the eye is popping there. Back. I don't care. Let's go to the next one. The next one. Head ref. Yes, head ref. And then this is Colin, this is Johnny. Johnny Head. Okay, Johnny Head, where are you? Now this is interesting. This is the design that I love the most in terms of a head design because I think it's very fancy. This is an S. This is a Z. And then another thing that I'm doing is look, this design is amazing. So I have this this big flow from the neck. Let me increase the brush size. I have this flow all the way from the neck to the front, to the back of the head, and then to the front over here of the hair. And this is something really cool that I did. I put all of this inside of this shape, and then I took this shape and then I cut this shape to create medium, big, and small shapes inside. So I made this negative shape here like this, and another one like this. So I have this big shape, I have this medium shape, and I have this small shape. But all of this is contained within this big shape that I did here. So for this rotation, I'll I will not break that shape in little parts, cause because 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 I need to focus on the rotations of the character. It will be easier for me to rotate this piece here than rotating three individual pieces. And as this is not my main priority right now, is all of this. I don't really care about that right now. Okay, so let's continue. So here it's just CSI. Look, here is an S, and here from here to here one line is a C. Now, there is something that I've been procrastinating here on this character, and is that all of these little hairs that I have here have no. This doesn't have any shape that contains all of this. And this is not like a rule that someone has to follow. No, this is something that I want to add. Like, it's my preference on these character designs, so I can simplify them. And when I have to animate, I can think in priorities. I can think like in hierarchies. This is the big shape, then this is the medium shapes, and these are the smaller shapes. If I were to do this, I have to think about every shape of the hair individually, and I don't have too much brain potential to track that. Cafecito. Ah, awesome. Ah, what happened? Okay, so I love the eyes of this dude. These are only two C's. Looks a little bit feminine. Let's do something like this. Nah, yeah, something like that. Awesome. Looks tired. Looks like a rock star after a concert, after consuming a lot of drugs. Now, uh, see this roundness on this nose? Too much. Too much. Too much. Too much. Too much. I can grab this and a straight line, a straight line. So I can keep the same design, like super flat. Well, this is like a circle, but I have two super flat lines here. So I have like more rounded shapes instead of being within, like compared to the other character is outside, and so I have flat shapes in the inside. Does it make sense that that is a rule? I have no idea. That's the way that I want to do this. Awesome. So how can I compress all of this into a simple shape? I really like this hair here, so I'm going to create like my brain can track this hair individually, but from here to here, I want to do something like this. These are the bangs. Now it looks a little bit feminine. Okay, so I want to do something like this, and then something like this, and I can break this shape apart. Something like this. Now, oopa, oopa, oopa. Look at this. If I have a straight here, and I have a curve here like this. Oh, look, 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 look. And then this comes like this. And then what if I then use that big shape, and then I can break this shape like this. This is me figuring out the design of this dude. Okay, but if this is like this line should be like this. So I can have this shape here. and I can have this D shape here. It's a D. See? So if I'm having those two D shapes here, now the game changes, and this comes like this. Awesome. Now I found those shapes within this character. Now I can take this and I can leave that in red. I can maybe leave that in red so I know that shape is cut in that way. But just to pre-visualize what I have here, oh, you know what? This shape is too thick. What about that? What about that? Huh? What about that? Now this is too thick. Actually, I don't know if my eye get used to seeing these shapes here, but now I like it. But I need to put all of these in the one shape. I want to. Opa? Ojo? Did I did that before? I think I'm finding what I did before. This is actually working. I don't know if it's too messy or complex for this character. But I'm having this big shape here for the bangs, and here, and this other shape here. Not bad. No, not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Now that I see it like this, I'm like, oh, okay, awesome. Let's keep it like that for now. So this is the head, the ears. I want this to look like demon horns, something like this. So I can open this shape a little bit towards the bottom, towards the top. So it's thin here and thicker there, and I can just grab this dude and flip. Guys, I need to do an important pause right now because I need to change the song that I'm listening to. Awesome. Done. I don't want to this dude to look like a kitty if I put like the ears to like too much like that. You know that it looks like a little bit feminine. What if I turn this down? Yeah. Hmm. You see? You see? Looks a little bit feminine. Get rid of here. What if I do something like this? No. Actually, I like this ear over here. Yep. I have something here. I have something here. And then I rotate this. And then I can just have like a moon shape here. And this time is thin towards the top and thicker towards the bottom. And I'll grab this same shape. Get out of here. I grab this same shape. Copy paste. Flip. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. It's a little bit. I like it. I like it more. I like it more because if this dude have the hair here, or like this hair is like the main thing in terms of the shape of the head of this dude, and the ears are the main thing of these dudes, then it makes sense that I can create these controls having the ears a little bit smaller. Another thing that I'm going to add here is a choker. Oh, this was part of a feedback that I received, so that's super nice. Choker, there you go. Amazing. Now I'm going to turn this with the choker and everything. What if I add a piercing here? What if I add a piercing here? What if I add a piercing here? What if I add a piercing and piercing here? What if I also add a piercing here? Not bad. Not fucking bad. Not bad, dude. What if I add a piercing here? This dude used to have a piercing on the mall shit, now that I remember. Yeah, this dude have a piercing, but now it doesn't because the eye pops up, so... Dude, this dude looks badass with all of those things. But too much details. Awesome, let's keep things simple. So I'm going to copy this and paste this here. I will break this shape just to have an idea of what I have to do later. Oop. There you go. Okay. Front view. How is that I'm going to turn this into a front view if I design this to be like a 3/4 view? Let's figure it out. No, let's go to the side view. Let's figure out that later. Black. So for the side view, I'm turning this thing on. For the side view, I have to use my brain. Wait. Let me change the sound. What's up? Okay, let's go. So for the side view, I think it's just this, a little bit more out. This line flattens like that. We are revealing only one of the tooth. All of this head shape goes back. There you go, something like this. Maybe I can even push this a little bit to the front. And this back part of the character, I'm going to open this a bit so I can add some volume there. So the head of this dude is more complex than the other dudes. And this part comes... that's why I love Toon Bomb. I can move each line individually without having to delete or to cut things around. Is that sexy bit? Awesome. Whoop. That's my side view. Then I'll grab all of these things that I have here and now this line will connect with the back of the head like this. This ear. This ear will start overlapping a little bit. Okay, I have to track the space between this and this is going to be the space that I have to move this part of the ear, something like this. Awesome. There you go. What is this line? Okay, get out of here. Pack. There you go, that's the side view of this dude. Now this is another asymmetrical head, so I'm going to have... it's going to be a little bit tricky. Now we're going to the 3/4 back view. The 3/4 back view is the same thing as the 3/4 thing, but just inversing some curves. So the thing here is that, are we seeing this eye? No, okay, this dude will be like this. This mouth will be shorter, something like this. This will be revealed here. This eye will be around like this. And now this shape of the hair, how am I going to turn that C shape around? Maybe I just have to do this. And then I can move this down. Yeah, seems to work. Whistle baby, whistle baby. Here we go, awesome. There you go, something like this. I can open this shape a bit. Shrinking this line a bit. Curving this line to the opposite direction so we can have this sense of perspective. This mouth is going down. There you go, something like that. Ah, it looks really nice. Can you blow my whistle, baby, whistle, baby? So this ear is incomplete, so I'm going to grab this and turn this like this, boop, boop, and put it here. Now this eye is like opening. Well, I rotate this shit, so let me just make this a bit smaller. What if I make this like this? No, forget about it. Now here, I'm going to create a triangular shape that comes like this. And then I'm cutting this shape. Something like this. This dude have a lot of hairs and cutters. Or what if I just keep it like that? No. No, horrible, super symmetrical. Um, Let me freestyle that thing. I don't like that freestyle that I did there. What about something like this? Better, a little bit up. So that's why I'm flipping, just to make sure it feels right. And here we have a Z curve. Awesome, this is working. Put your lips together and you go. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. This line starts opening a bit. Oops, oops. Look at the point here. I'm using this interface of the software as a plumb line to track how this part of the hair will move in perspective. And here this point is staying there static like a dome. There you go. There you go, that looks better. Deleting this line, connecting here, and drawing through, always drawing through, so it is like I have solid construction, everything. My phone has 20% of battery. Okay. So this ear actually comes here. And this thing goes below, behind. There you go. I'm losing some volume here that I could add. Yeah, I like to have more volume there. So let's get rid of this line again. And then let's one line this thing again so it looks nice. Awesome. I can move this a bit up. There you go. What else? What else? What else? From 3/4 back, we're going to back. Now, how is that I'm going to create the front view? For the front view, I'm grabbing this 3/4 view, flip that thing, put these two together, move this thing towards the inside, take all of this, reduce the opacity, trying to make any sense of this shape that I just put here. I got it. I got this. Then we're coming this back, and then we're Boomba. Now, this part of the hair is on this side and is covering that eye. So, okay, I'm going to sketch like crazy right now. And while I sketch, it's like a cloud. And then I'm trying to see the shapes inside of that cloud like crazy. It's like, okay, I found you. Okay, I found you. Okay, I found you. And that's how I came up with the design. So let's see. So let's see. We have the hair here that is covering that eye. Awesome. We have the nose that comes here like this. We have this other part of the hair that is here, and the bangs that comes like this, and the eye that is like this, and this other part, the ears. This is like this, and the mouth could be something like this. Now the neck should be something like this. Awesome. Yeah, something like this. It's so beautiful, this shape. Maybe I can bring some asymmetry here in the front view too. So to avoid having this super symmetrical here. Yeah, you know, it looks more dynamic. It's this shape now. Awesome. I like that. And then this other ear that comes like here back. There you go. That's a character design. Believe it or not, it's there. It's there. Then I take all of this shit and then I reduce the opacity, and on top of this I'm trying to design the character. Okay. This nose, I'm not convinced about this nose. No, yeah. Let's leave it there. Let's just make it a little bit smaller. Okay, let's go. So how can I create contrast between the nose of this dude and this dude so it's not the same triangular shape? Hmm, that's a question. Because here we have like a circle, a triangle, and here we can in here we can have, yeah, let's round the corners. That's the thing that I added to create the contrast. What if I create like a what if it's like a square? No, it looks like a pig. Okay. Let's go. Let's clean this. How much time? I have a lot to do. This rig will take some time. Will take some time, and we still have to clean this dude. flip, smaller. It's moving up. The nose is here. The nose, yeah, all of this should be up. Yup. There you go. I'm rounding this nose here. Sorry if I am not talking. I'm using the 400% of my brain right now. Okay, this shape. Let's go. Look. Awful. Oof, almost. Awful. Ooh. Almost. No, let's do something like this. There you go. Looks a little bit feminine. There you go. Now, look at how this shape breaks from being a C and another C here, or it can do something like this. Yeah, the drawing through. But this is the same shape also that I'll have here. See, so it's like an S. There you go. I'm going to open this a bit. And this comes like this. I'm also thinking about these shapes that I'm putting here. There you go. And the bangs. I want to reveal some of the bangs here. We're not supposed to see those bangs there, but I want to add those there. And then these eyes, I can make something like this. I can cheat and move this nose a little bit to the center to avoid having some tangents with the hair there. Yeah, I feel that the mouth for this dude should be something like this. Or a little bit less rounded. Yeah, something like that. And then this line here. Oopsie, I'll clone this here. Now let me open this a bit. There you go. Now we can reveal the bangs a bit more. And then I'll move this to the other side. Puck. Awesomeness. Yep, there you go. And the ears move over here. I can even open this a little bit like this and rotate like that. Copy, paste, and rotate. It would be funny if this ear is like that flying. Now, so I cut here and I cut here and I get rid of this drawing that I did there and then pack and then pack. Awesome. The bangs. Now maybe I can grab these bangs here, copy and paste this here, and just stretch these things a bit, rotate, and do something like this. No. Let me reduce the opacity and trace on top of these things. Because I want to reveal all of this, but I know that I have to cheat a little bit the design to do so. Just because I want to design an appealing shape here. I think that will work. There you go. No, 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 no. I don't like this side too much. Let me copy this, paste it here, rotate this. Awesome. Yeah, I like the banks like that. What if I... what if I do this? Too much. Too much. Interesting. I'll leave it there. I like how that bang just goes out of the silhouette of the character. I'll leave it there, and then I'll see if I want to keep it there or not. Oh, that will overcomplicate my rig also because I'm revealing that part also inside of the character, and then no, forget about that bang out of the silhouette. I don't want to spend 30 minutes, 30 extra minutes thinking how to do that on the rig. Awesome. I can even make this a little bit like this. There you go. So I have the front, and now this is also the back view. So I'll grab this and create here, poop, a new drawing. And then I'll just take this and flip and then drag a little bit to the left. Rotate. Oops, there's a drawing missing here. Oh, okay, it's there. So I'll get rid of all of these drawings here. The ears goes like that. And then we're coming back to this other one here. Flip. Oh, the neck is not rotating. I don't care. I'll do that later. Side. Poop. Move. And then we need the 3/4 front. This. Poop. Rotate. Move. And then we're having the front. Awesome. 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 It's working. Now when this dude turns, because the bang should cover this eye, so this should be in front. But then I'm ending with a pose which is hiding the entirety of the face of the character. Something like this. So this is not convenient. Maybe I can just cheat this and flip the eyes because we don't really care. But actually this looks badass. It looks like a rock star. So yeah, it's just taking a decision here of what if my preference here. So let's connect this with the bangs. So I'm copying the same bangs from the one side to the other side, but this time I'm just cutting that line and making one line here with this bang, with this part of the hair. So this overlaps this. This overlaps here. This connects. This connect with. Yeah. The silhouette is going to change a bit. How is that I connected these bangs with this thing here? No, 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 something. I did something wrong. Yeah, that the position of that part of the hair was not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be a little bit more towards the front. So I can connect this part of the hair with that upper part of the bangs. Yeah, it makes more sense. And then just to cheat this, think, Henry, think. So I can move this, whoop, a bit to the front. Awesome. This connects to this, and I get rid of everything in the inside. And then it's coming like this, and connects here to this part, one line, whoop, 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 something like that. Awesome. And then I'm extending this a little bit, then getting rid of everything from the inside. No eyes. Boop, 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 boop. Tuk, tuk, tuk. And then here, this should overlap. I can do something like that, but it's hiding the entire head. And if I am using a view of this dude looking that way, it shouldn't be the best. It shouldn't be the best having the banks covering that. Yeah, everything that I did, forget here. The proper way to do this is to just forgetting about the where's that bank and just cheat here and show either ways. If he's moving to one side or the other side, we're always revealing one eye, but we are not hiding the face entirely. Yep. So I'm marking this as a key. I'm marking this as a key. No, 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 no. This is a key. And then we are doing the rotation of the head with the mouth open. I don't care about the neck. Here, I'm losing some volume here. So I'm opening this a bit. Oop. This move a little bit to that way. Awesome. There you go. It flows a little bit better. We're moving this a little bit. Well, this head comes here. This heads come here. That's the proper order of these things. Now let's go. Let's move faster with the mouth. Ooh, safe. With the mouth open here. Back. And pluck. Now I'm going to copy this lower mouth from here. There you go. Oh, well, that upper part will depend on the other character. So, oop. Nope. There you go. So I'm taking this and moving this here. Let me see if it's not affecting the main three-quarter. No, yeah, I did it properly. Come on. I'm moving this here like this, squashing so I don't touch that line of the bangs. There you go, beautiful. Not getting rid of this line here. Awesome. And then here I one line this part of the neck with this part of the mouth with a simple C curve. See? This flow that we're creating here in the mouth. Amazing. I think we are not seeing this line. We are having just like something like this. Back, back, back. Yep. Let's update this other view too. Beautiful. Now I want to make this a little. I want to take off this, move a little bit to the back, because I also consider this shape. So if I'm considering this shape here, the lower mouth should go a little bit towards the inside. So I create also a flow within the shape of the mouth. See, it's like designing a logo. But Henry, what does it have to do with designing a logo? Come on. That's how I see it. Poop. For all of those graphic designers out there. Black. If and for some reason it looks better. Look. See? Amazing. Let me just to create a very silhouette here. Maybe it can have like a two-tongue, like a tongue, like like a, like a. What's the name of this animal? Una serpiente, if a snake. I can have a snake tongue on this dude. Yes, I'm willing to put the extra time to have a snake tongue here. You've seen those dudes, or the well, in general, the people that cut their tongue to have like this, like a snake. So that's something cool that I'll add here. There you go. What else? Okay, let's turn. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Boop. Then I'm grabbing all of this. And then and move this towards the front. And then just trying to connect these lines. There you go. This hair is messing with my silhouette, so I'm going to move things around. And then get rid of these lines in between. Oopsie. Oof, I can wait to design the other crowd characters and show the presses here. It'll be super funny. I'm using the characters, I'm using as reference music videos, Green Day. I'm using music videos like from Papa Roach, and just taking reference from there and designing characters from the crowd, because I'm having a lot of crowd characters. So that'll be super cool, because I'm going to create videos for that later. But first, this week is all about rigging, but I had to stop rigging because I need to polish these character designs. But once these are done, we're moving to animation. That's really nice. I look forward to animating. I look forward to animating. So I'm grabbing this part here, black, and moving back. And then getting rid of all of these lines here. This is going to be a bit messy with all the bangs. So what I'm going to do here is cheating some things here like this. Yeah, these bangs could be in front, but I'm opening these shapes a bit so it's clearer. I can even overlap these lines out of this silhouette. What is this? What is this? This is the... Okay, this is a snake tongue. Yeah, I can now put the snake tongue over there. And then I am cleaning the shape, the silhouette of these hairs here. So I am establishing and I'm being super clear like which line goes in front of the other, which shape goes in front of the other. And then we're going to the back view, which we are not showing. Oh, I forgot the hair. So we're copying the bangs here. Something like this. And I'm just copying this to the other side. Oopsie, copying this to the other side, flipping. Yes, yes, yes. And then I'm taking all of this like this, getting rid of these lines. And that's the back of the hair of this dude. I can also have like an overlapping line here. Now I want to also add the three shapes on these bangs here. Awesome. So this is how it's going to look, that back view. Maybe I don't need an overlapping line here. It'll be nice if I keep this shape like that. I'll draw super soft this line just to keep that shape, so we are aware of that shape. There you go. So we're having something like this. Oopsie. Okay, we save. We're having the back view here. Back view. And then we're having this thing here flipped. And then we're having this one here flipped. And then we're having this 3/4 thing flipped. And then we're going back to the front view. And if we rotate this, nice. So we're having the three heads with the mouth closed and the mouth opened. Awesome. We did it, guys. We did it. As I mentioned, I don't need a perfect rotation. I'm seeing some volumes jumping like the back part of the head of that dude, but I don't care. And now I'm going to put this. I'm going to connect with this with the body rotation that I did on the previous video. Let me see if I have the head, body, the turnaround. Yeah, that's the body over there. So yeah, I'm going to connect both on the next video and clean up the character. So connecting, clean up the character, and then rig. Wait. That's it. So that's what we did today. Just turning, rotating this character with all the things that I learned from the previous video on how to open the mouth instead of just opening the mouth like this. Looking at the reference, I was able to see and to open the mouth in a more appealing way instead of opening like this, opening like this. And me being able to see at reference, see at other people artwork and feel inspired by that art, grabbing all of that as inspiration and then applying on my designs is something that I am doing on every project, to not only do random projects or just finish a short film or another short film, but also on each short film have an opportunity to learn and grow as an artist and to improve my taste as a designer or as an animator or as a whatever. So hope you like this video and see you in the next one. Bye.